It's 5, but we can wait like a couple of minutes if more people will join.
Sure, no problem. Yeah, I guess it doesn't make sense for me to present to you what just as to.
Does this work?
Yes, hear you.
Hello?
Yeah. Hi. So I'm going to talk as loud as possible since everyone else around me thinks it's a good idea.
Sounds like a plan. Thanks.
Yeah. I could put you guys on total speaker, because everyone else in the hospital thinks that's a good idea, even at 6 a.m. I should come here and do some IoT security audits.
Hi, y'all.
Okay.
Suggestion: whoever's sharing, make your window 20% smaller, then it will be taller and fill the whole screen.
Okay.
20% less wide. No, don't make it smaller. I meant grab the corner of the window and don't use your whole. It looks like you have a 2K monitor. More than 16. Anyway, I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Remember how you had windows? You can make them different sizes. They don't always have to be the full size of the screen.
Okay, maybe for the next time, because now we can proceed. But thank you. Okay, we can start. Thank you for joining to this pre-IETF Directorate meeting. Please add your name in the attendees. We will have like this agenda. We will say some words about the new AED, and then the reminder of IoT Directorate reviews. Then we proceed with the overview of the IETF and IETF working groups and research groups. And then with the new plans activities, and then with other ISTOs activities, and then Aris will introduce us the slides project. Comments on the agenda? Okay. So we have a new AD, Tommy Jensen. It will be our new ID. So we say thank you very much to Eric and welcome Tommy. And also a big thanks to Samita for her contributions to the directorate. And then the reminder about the reviews. So please, if we assign the reviews, try to accept or decline it as soon as possible. And please consider to review it even if you don't feel that you're expert in the area. If we assign it, it's because we consider that you can do it. So please take that in consideration. Thank you. Then we proceed with the overview of the IETF and IETF groups. 6 law, Carlos.
Okay, hello. SIGSLO will meet in the next ITF. Since the last ITF, we have two new RFCs, 9926 on IPv6 neighbor discovery prefix registration and 9927 on fixing the C flag in EARO. Currently, we have 5 working group documents. The first is the path-aware semantic addressing, PASA, for LLMs, which passed working group last call, and the Shepherd write-up is ready. And however, it's being held until publication can be requested for GAO, which is the next document, as GAO is a normative reference for PASA. GAO stands for Generic Address Assignment Option for SIGSLO PAN-ND, and it is also reaching a similar stage. There is one discussion which will hopefully be finalized in about 1 week, and then we'll be ready to press the button to request publication of both PASA and GAO. Then at a not so advanced stage is the transmission of SHIP compressed packets over 15.4 networks, which has been updated to address a review and also has been aligned with the most stable SHIP architecture terminology. And also there is the transmission of IPv6 packets over short-range optical wireless communications. The latter means visible light communication technology, which will be updated before the next cutoff date. And finally, we have a recently adopted working group document, which is the transmission of IPv6 over multi-drop serial bus token passing, MSTP networks, which is intended to obsolete RFC 8163, which, well, this technology, MSTP, is part of BACnet, and the idea is to apply a few fixes and some terminology update. Any questions?
Okay, thank you very much, Carles. As we don't have question, we proceed. Ace, Longanaden team. Someone has an update on this one? Okay. Anima, Sheng, Turles? Or someone that can provide an update on Anima? Okay. SDF, Lorenzo is not present, but Michael, you want to say some words on SDF?
Lorenzo's here. Lorenzo's here.
Ah, okay.
Isn't he?
Yes, please proceed.
I'm Renzo, but not Lorenzo. Sorry.
Ah, sorry, Renzo. Yes. Okay. Yes.
Yeah. So Lorenzo couldn't join, but Michael, if you're unavailable, I can cover for Lorenzo here. Should I?
I can talk if you like. I thought I saw him on the list. Okay. So we've had basically a monthly virtual interim meeting. They've been at what, 9 a.m. finish time? Is that right? Like Ari, I think that's right.
Correct.
And so okay for California, but really shitty for me. And aimed at getting the authors in California, Finland, and Korea working together. So that's what matters. And we published SDF finally. It says active with the ISG, but I don't think that's correct. That's an RFC, isn't it now? Some RFC 99. I will fill it in. So SDF 1.0 got published, and took a long time. There was a lot of back and forth with the AD, and we I think we lost our AD twice or something like that during the process. So that's done, and I would say we're heavily working on this. Call it the digital twin non-affordance mapping, which is the business of a non-affordance. So an affordance is something like a knob or a button or a light bulb, and a not affordance is something that's not there. So it's some other kind of a thing. And Ari can probably give you a better elevator pitch on that. For that. And the other part that we're working is it's no longer called non-IP control and NIPSI. It's now called, what is it called, Ari? It's called read the document. There you go. Read the document. We have a better backronym for it because we've realized that it could be IPv4 to IPv6 or IPv4 to gateway like NAT to other thing. And there could also be other kinds of combinations of translations. So this lets the semantics of the meaning of what it is you're trying to do turn the light bulb on to 70% brightness, for instance, to be translated between, say, Zigbee and I don't know, SendML or some other thing like that. And I would say that's about it. We're not meeting in 125. And I think there's some hackathon work planned for Vienna. That's about it. Any questions?
Okay, thank you very much, Michael, for the update. Cibor, Mary, Christian, Paul, or someone that can provide an update? Okay. Code, Marco?
Hi, this is Marco. In November, we published finally 9876, good number, doing important fixes on an IANA registry related to co-op, and 2 documents approved already. Since then, advanced to the RFC editor status. It's the bundle about co-op over DNS. But since then, we also had 4 documents that went through the ISG evaluation, got approved for publication. One is constraint resource identifiers. Then we have two documents on group communication for co-op in itself and protected with the group postcode security protocol. And finally, the allocation of seed ranges for pen holders that started as an informational document, and it was promoted to proposed standard through ISG evaluation. 2 more documents passed working group last call, and we need a new version to progress with the shepherding. 2 require more working group cycles before a second working group last call. In December, I think we also adopted 2 more documents. One is currently informational on non-traditional types of co-op responses, and one is intended as a standard track co-op over Bluetooth. We also have an ongoing working group adoption call for a few days more on encoding of young metadata in Cibor. If you want to give feedback, this is the right time. Let's do. That started in Cibor, but eventually we agreed to consider to take it in the core working group. There's many more documents ongoing without going through the whole list here. An outstanding one we are trying to wrap up relatively soon is a new co-op option for abbreviating URI paths. There was also a new version submitted for co-op over bundle protocol. Thanks, Carles. And a lot of discussion around the GitHub open issues for correction and clarification for co-op. We'll meet for a 2-session hour at the very end of the IETF week, and we plan to resume our interim meetings bi-weekly as usual, starting in mid-April or so. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Carles. Comments or questions? Okay. Kose, Ivalo, Michael? Or someone that can provide advice? An update? Okay. DetNet, Low, Janos? Well, but thank you very much for the update already. IoT Ops, Alexei, Henk, or someone that can provide an update? Okay. Lake, Renzo?
Yes, hello. Sorry, I was reading about Michael. He was in a hospital. I was surprised. So yes, Lake did not have interim meeting within the last time frame, but we will meet at next IETF in Shenzhen. I will be remote. Malisha will be physical. We ask 1 hour 30, we will go 2, but I think with 1:30 we will do. So as for the update of documents, we have 5 adopted, and there were some advancing. Notably, I put it on the notepad. EDOC PSK is waiting for form analysis since October, and there are other 2 who are waiting for implementation experience. So 3 out of 5 are waiting for other things than writers. And one important thing to say is that we were rechartering, and rechartering we agreed on the recharter text, and it moved on. The area director approved, and now it's in internal steering group ERB review. So I let a link to the new charter, who will be adopted hopefully before next IETF. But the most important is we open the door to post-quantum, to quantum resilient solution. Yeah, that's the most important.
Thank you very much, Renzo. Comments or questions? Okay, Rats, Kathleen, Ned, or someone that can provide an update? Okay, Ron, we will not meet next ITF. We have enrollment priorities submitted to the ISG. This modification was merged with this modification use cases, and NSA extension is in progress, basically. That, comments or questions? Okay. Chick, Alexander, Pascal, or someone that can provide an update? Okay. Skim, Aaron, Nancy, or someone that can provide an update? Okay. Sweet, Akira, Jacqueline, or someone that can provide an update? Okay. Tip, Tiru, Nancy, or someone that can provide an update? Okay. RTF, Things to Things Research Group, Ari? Or Carsten?
Yeah, so T2TRG is not going to meet in IETF 125, and we didn't even plan a side meeting because apparently the number of T2TRG people who will be in Shenzhen is rather limited. So we are currently mostly operating in interims. One interim that we are trying to set up is about is continuing the discussion of interaction between AI agents and IoT infrastructure. So how can IoT infrastructure present itself to agentic AI in a way that enables useful outcomes? Yeah, we have a little bit of a problem here because lots of people have work in progress, but they are a bit reluctant to make work in progress presentations. So that's maybe a specific problem of working in the research space where people don't want to spill the beans early. So we're still working on setting this up, but it now will be after IETF 125. We have various documents in the process. The taxonomy for manufacturer installed anchors, completed research group last call. But since we essentially exhaustively asked everybody for comments previously, nobody thought there was anything new to say. Apparently, so we got complete silence. Silence may be consensus here, but we are currently reaching out to get a few pieces of feedback so we can move this forward. There's also the security setup on IoT devices document, which could use a little bit more in reviews, but is also getting close to research group last call. Finally, what we are also looking at setting up another interim on enabling containerization and or mobile code for IoT devices. There's lots of working on right now, but again, finding useful increments that are worth discussing is not that easy, but we are working on it. So I'm pretty optimistic that we can make some progress on the mobile code / containerization issue here. That's T2TRG.
Great. Thank you very much, Carsten. Comments or questions? Okay. Do you have some information about new or planned ITF or ITF activities? Okay. About other SDOs? Someone has some information that want to share?
Well, I might leak that there will be some, how do I put it, some opportunity for the Sustainer-G people and the T2TRG people to meet around IETF 126. This is currently being set up. And of course, we will announce this when we know more. but it's pretty clear that there is an interaction between IoT devices on one end and controlling energy use on the other. And it would be great to get some forward motion here. This is essentially organized by Sustain.AG.
Okay, great. Thank you very much, Karsten. Some other information that you would like to share? Okay. Then for slides, Aris,
Yes.
do you want to present us?
Yep, sure. If I can share my screen really quickly. Let's see. I think I have the right, but
There are people in the queue, Michael.
yes.
I wanted to add on the IOTSF side that they've typically had a meeting in October, managed not to overlap IETF meetings anymore. But there's some anniversary coming, and so there's going to be a 3 or 4 day event in one of August, September, or October, and I think we'll know by the end of April. And perhaps there'll be some other overlapping things, and I will be happy to report on that. And the other thing I wanted to mention is that there's this device identity forum, which is struggling but making some progress. And particularly around the question of representation of security icons like certificates and signatures and quantum safety. I think that we may have something to talk about or talk in at Vienna. So
Great, thank you very much.
It's open to anybody. You don't need to be a member, but you will probably get marketed at to become a member, but I can't stop them from that. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Michael.
Okay. I haven't done this before, so I'm not sure what I have to do to actually share my screen. I didn't get the usual pop-up that asks me for rights.
You have to ask to share, and Inez has to permit it.
Yes, I think that Inez didn't permit it yet. Yes.
Now you should have the.
So select my slide. Do I need to somehow drag and drop the slides? I wanted to just share my.
If you want to share your screen, you need to use the
I
other
want to
button.
just. Yeah, that's what I clicked. Yeah, that's what I clicked on. I think Ines gave me the right to share slides, but I actually want to share my screen. So I don't know if that is an independent. Let me do it again, maybe.
Third button from the left, next to the camera.
Yeah, that's one. That's the one that I tapped. Let me re-tap it. Maybe she clicked on the wrong thing. I asked for the rights again.
Can you ask it one more time?
Yes, give me a sec. I'll ask again. I just asked again. This is more complicated than it should be. For the slides thing, does it make sense to send you the slides? That could be possible as well. It's just 3 or 4 slides, but it will be helpful to illustrate things.
You can send the slides, and if you can start talking, I'll upload them and share them.
Yeah. I'll send them to Ines. Give me one sec. So I sent the slides to Ines, but I'll start
Now it's
Okay.
Yes. Okay, I just got the right.
Yep. It was a bit slow on Meeting side. Now you could able to share.
Okay, great. Now give me a sec because I need to reopen. Okay, so this should be fine. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, and yes,
Okay.
now yes.
Okay, thanks. So what I wanted to present really quickly, I know you're all busy, so I'll be fast, is a project that has been renewed recently. The idea of the project, for now it's European level, is to make available to the research community, but not only to that, also to industrial players, access to infrastructure which allows one to do reproducible research in different fields. So this is for informatics in general, computer science, that includes computing, so servers, some parts of AI. Typically training is a bit hard to do because we probably won't have the huge AI data centers, but some parts of AI can be done. Edge computing, there's also a relatively big part for IoT. So it's different test beds which are going to be put all together, accessible through the same homogeneous interface, and allowing experiment at a different granularity level. So it goes from bare metal for servers and IoT devices, so you can just compile your firmware image and deploy it on a real IoT device, or equivalently for a server, you can deploy an OS image. All the way to containerization, virtual machines, etc. So the project has been renewed for a second phase. There was a third phase to be precise. So it follows a specific roadmap. Right now, there's 26 participants from 16 countries. This is the roadmap, so it's called an S3 Research Infrastructure Roadmap. Right now, we are in the implementation phase, which will start in June 2026, approximately, for 3 years. And the idea is to put everything in place. So we had other phases which prepared things, which did some design, etc. And the basic idea of everything is to be able to do reproducible research on all of the aspects of modern digital infrastructures. So as a pertinent idea of what you can do right now, there is a project called FIT, which is in France. I guess Renzo will be aware of it very well. So this project consists of multiple different test beds with different focuses. So some of them are in anechoic chambers, some of them are outdoor, some of them are indoor, in real environments, on isolated environments, etc. They also have different control methods. In some of them, you can fully control the device. In other ones, you have some intermediate devices which are not controllable. But the idea behind all of them is to be able to, depending on the scenario, control the conditions, to be able to repeat your experiments, to have, in some cases, realistic RF environments where it's not in an anechoic chamber. And a big part is also automation. So the idea is that you have tools in place that allow you to execute a whole scenario really quickly and really easily. So I'm participating in this project for the next 3 years. I participated in a previous phase as well. My employer is part of the project. And I'm responsible for one of the tasks, which is related to outreach to standardization bodies. So obviously the IETF is very pertinent for this. So my objective for today, and I think I can stop sharing my slides right now, is dual. So on the one hand, I wanted to just familiarize you with this project that is going to start very shortly. And second is to ask if people maybe have ideas of where we could, to whom we could talk to, what would be interesting points of contact in order two interesting things I was thinking. So, for example, it would be an idea to help people do validation through this infrastructure. So it would be nice if we could automate the validation of new proposals relatively easily using this infrastructure. I don't know if there is a new. So since here it's the IT Directorate, I'm guessing the chairs are more or less aware of what is going on in their respective working groups. So I'm wondering if there's people who think that this would be an interesting avenue.
Emmanuel here.
Hello.
Yeah, Thanks for this presentation. So I was part of the Fit IoT Lab effort from some years back, and we do continue to use this and plan to continue to do this to validate exactly like new proposals of ATF protocols in different working groups. And so maybe like pointing to a few reports and papers that have done that before with like previous incarnations of, I think could be a good idea to like show this blueprint has been used and like and highlight that, and maybe make a little bit of advertisement, like what are the new functionalities that are going to be around for the slices. And
so Fit IoT, is a French thing, effectively. Its funding stopped in 2019, if I remember correctly. So it limped on after that a bit on a voluntary basis. It continued on. Right now, there's renewed funding in a sense. I will spare you the details. But the idea is not to restrain ourselves to just French nodes. There's plenty other nodes who have which have interesting testbeds. So, for example, there is a node in Madrid in Spain where they have a satellite LoRa setup. They have 54 devices that they can give out for people to test out this direct-to-satellite communication. They have their own microsatellite in orbit. So there's things that would be outside of the scope of the original Fit testbed that would be nice to be able to use, and that's why I'm asking for ideas or maybe feedback. Maybe you see something that would be interesting to test out using a testbed like this. But I will definitely look into your report. I will search for that.
Thank you very much, Alice.
Okay, thank you. Well, if you think of something else, don't hesitate to contact me.
Yes, thanks for the report, Aris. I think this sounds relevant, and maybe as Emmanuel pointed out, like having pointing to some existing example where these kind of frameworks have been used before with IETF protocols, that could give people an idea like how it can be utilized in the protocol design and research work. So maybe it could be worthwhile dropping one email to the directorate list, like pointing to the relevant references, where to look for more. I guess you would be the point of contact, and maybe sync with Emmanuel on that, like, hey, and here's how these kind of things have been used before, and here are the opportunities for different groups to potentially look into experimentation.
Okay, so right now everything is being put in place, so still building on that, and the project itself, the funding will resume in June. So we're still preparing, but I thought this would be an opportunity to at least advertise that this is going to continue advancing, and so that way, at the point that someone wants to do something, maybe we'll have something in place as well to help them out. Right now, I have relatively few concrete things to propose other than existing infrastructure, but we are actively working on homogenizing access to everything. And once I have something more concrete, I'll share that, definitely.
Thanks, sounds good.
Thank you.
Okay, I guess then we have only if there's any other business from anyone left on the agenda. Okay, if not, well, thank you everyone for joining. See you in the upcoming IT-related meetings.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.